Hi, it's your coach, Laurie McNaughton, coming to you again with another video on how you maximize the potential of your company. This subject I've talked to in previous videos, but today I want to put a little bit more meat on the bone so that it can have more impact for you and your team. And that's your vision, mission, and culture. And I know people have vision statements. I know they have mission statements, and they typically have core values or a culture statement. But this is how I look at it, and that is the vision is where you want to go, the mission is how you're going to get there, and then the core values or your culture statement is how you're going to behave on the way there, the rules of the game, so to speak, if you're going to work for this business. So I'm going to connect some dots here because what I want you to do is think about how does your vision and mission and core values connect to your team in a way that connects to them emotionally, because words are the language of the mind and emotions are the language of the body. And unless you connect with people, unless your vision and mission and core values connect with people emotionally, I'm sorry, they're not connected. There's no energy to it. There's no transference of energy between, your vision, mission, and core values and those people. Now, how do you know if your team, or how do you connect your team to your vision, mission, and culture in a way that creates an emotional connection to them? Because if they feel it and they buy into it, then you're going to maximize their potential. So, how do you know? Well, if after you do a presentation, you talk about your vision and your mission and your core values for your company, and your team comes up, some of your team members come up to you afterwards and say, wow, that was really, really good. I felt that. I connected with that. I want to be part of that. If they're not saying that, then they're not connected the same way that you need them to be in order to maximize the potential of those people. In my one-day workshop called Principles and Practices of Working Together, I take people through a set of modules, if I could call it that. At each step of the way, I gain more buy-in, more buy-in, more buy-in, until the point where the team is like taken over and really just conducting and taking that whole meeting to another level. And at that time, now you got a team that's highly engaged. Now, as the CEO or the owner of the company, your job during that day is to be very observant and observe who's jumping in, who's buying in, who's putting their hand up and saying, "Hey, I can add value to this," versus those people who just seem they don't really care. And my role as the facilitator is to draw out everybody, because every team has your extroverts and your introverts. It's not hard to pull out the extroverts and get them talking. It's harder to get the introverts to get talking. But man, when they start talking, that's where the real value comes in, because they're not talking just because they want their voice to be heard. They're talking because they got something really, really, really important to say. So when I got to ask this question, when you have a team of people who are really bought in emotionally with your vision of your company, your mission of your company, where you want to take this, what is truly possible? If you could get everybody working towards this common goal, what would truly be possible? So to help you connect with what I'm talking about from a feeling standpoint, I have put 4 short YouTube videos in the body of this email. Just watch them. I put them in the order that I think you should watch them in. It doesn't really matter, but I think if you watch them in the order that I put them, you might get more out of it. And what I want you to do is pay attention to how you feel after watching these videos, and then ask yourself, how do I put that into my vision and mission of our company and connect with those people in the best possible way? Awesome. So for any of you, go ahead and do that. Listen, it will pay dividends for you. And remember, always come from the heart, not from the head. I learned this at some training I took probably 13, 14 years ago. I was in Orlando, Florida, and the facilitator of the workshop, it was a multi-day workshop. The foundation of the whole program was, speak from the heart, not from the head. Again, that just comes back to what I said earlier. Words are the language of the mind, and emotions are the language of the body. If you're not connecting with the emotional part of people, you're not connecting with people. So if you want to know about my workshop or my coaching and how working with me can help you maximize the potential in your company, go to lauriemcnaughton.com, go to the main page and scroll down. You'll see there's a link there called a discovery meeting. It's just a 15-minute discovery. If you've listened to my videos in the past, you've heard this before, but I'm going to repeat it anyway. And that is, that 15-minute meeting is just for me to understand and for you to understand, is this something that I can help you with? Obviously, in relationship to this particular subject, I am definitely somebody that can help you with that. But business coaching in general may be something that we would talk about from as a not an add-on perspective, but another perspective to help you take your business to the next level and maximize its potential. And in that 15 minutes, if we both agree that there's some value in us talking more about this, then we'll book a longer complimentary coaching session. And in that session, all I'm going to do is just look for I'm going to ask you about some of the symptoms that you see in your business, and then I'm going to ask questions so I can understand the cause. And once I can understand the cause, then we'll talk about some of the solutions. And if we think there's value in us working together, then I'll introduce you to an agreement where you can look at a program that would fit for your company and your budget. Thanks again for listening. Please subscribe to my channel and share it with all your friends. And I look forward to the opportunity one day of working with you. Take care.